My name is Dustin Montey, the director of the SMSC's Dakota Prairie Composting facility. Dakota Prairie Composting is permitted to accept 212,500 tons annually of organic material for composting, and we do accept BPI compostable products. I think the largest benefit to accepting compostable products is it really increases the amount of organics that are being diverted from our landfills. What we've seen is since accepting compostable products, the amount of organics that we're allowed to bring in, or that we do bring in, has increased because of that. I think what we believe is we see the public tends to be kind of in a more lazy than we'd all like. So if they have an easy way to take their entire tray with the food waste or food scraps they have on it and be able to drop the entire tray into one location, that's what I think we're seeing the increase from the organics diversion. From a composter's perspective, one of the challenges is that there are so many regional issues in composting, and there are different composting methods. And so the challenge is trying to find a way to get a unified voice from all composters that can just be across the board that we accept X, Y, and Z. There are kind of a lot of, there's different methods of composting. There are different, capital investments that people are able to or not able to make. And so I think that it kind of boils down to finding a way that composters can all agree on a standard that manufacturers can confidently put out and know that they can unroll it nationwide and it'd be accepted. And I think, unfortunately, I don't have an answer for that, but I think that that is kind of the key piece right now is figuring out how to get composters on the same page. And I know that I don't know if anybody's going to have that answer right now. I think for the future of waste management is a lot of these compostable products manufacturers, they're trying to unroll in multiple states. And so if they don't have confidence that their product isn't going to be able to be used across the board, they're not willing to make that investment, or the ones that are seeing pushback or the cost of that item is going up, which is kind of bringing in lower graded products, which are considered contamination to us. And so I think from a waste management perspective across our country, finding something that can be widely adopted, and that's gonna be what increases. I know we're kind of diverting a little bit, but looking and thinking about facilities that used to accept compostable products consistently and then have since gone away with them because of all of these issues. I think we have to address those issues and then bring those facilities back online. We accept compostable products, but we have definitely seen the reasons why facilities stop accepting. We've seen the headaches, we deal with the headaches. Not to sound negative, but what I have seen is really small scale facilities are able to widely accept and deal with contamination far easier than a large scale facility. It's just, I know some small scale facilities that'll accept non-food related compostable products, and they're able to accept those because they can go through that small volume and kind of visually see and accept what's there. The problem with a large scale facility is you're bringing in so much volume so fast. It's very difficult and labor intensive, which increases the cost. The equipment that we have to remove some of that contamination is very capital intensive. You have to, I mean, the cheapest machine that we have, or the lowest capital cost for a piece of equipment that we have that removes contamination, is just over $1 million. What I always kind of go back to on this is, I don't remember which news reporting outlet that it was, but it was a national news reporting outlet that did a story where they put air tags or something in recycling bins to find out, are they being recycled? And they found them on a shipping container going to China. They found them in landfills. So we still see and hear about that story because I hear, what's the point of recycling? It just ends up in the trash. They saw the story, they saw something. So for us at a facility, when we can truly explain and we give tours and we educate and show that if it comes to us and it's compostable, we are composting it. So trying to push that narrative and show and build that trust is the science backs it, but then us kind of coming full circle and saying, yes, we are doing it. We are taking it and we are turning this into a quality soil amendment. I think it's chipping away at some of that negative thoughts, but I do believe that the science behind some of like what we learned today about PLA and being able to now kind of explain how PLA can come, from your coffee pod to eventually becoming CO2 again, and explaining that process and how it's proven, and then showing that we are taking those products and that we are breaking them down, that it's just, we're chipping away at it and we're trying to build that public reception back. But I do think that that story is heard. We still hear about that quite frequently. I think it's education, the more education that we can put out there, but I think that it's not really necessarily print or videos that people are watching. I think that it's, to me, what I'm seeing building that trust back is face-to-face conversations and kind of putting my name on it and saying, if my facility is taking it, I'm telling you that we're breaking it down, and and showing people that it builds that trust back. We have put out literature and tried to push out some written narratives, but I don't know that was kind of giving us the reactions that we wanted. It was really trying to bring people to the facility and show them the process to build that trust. And that was actually encouraging some of these curbside programs to come online and then clean up the stream, because the consumer actually has faith that it's working and doing what's intended. We trust BPI. We use BPI. One of the big things that I promote with BPI, and why I explain to our customers why we accept BPI and our reasoning for requiring it, is that logo. When we have an entire load tipped out, when you have 8 tons of material dropped out onto the ground, and you have to quickly identify what's compostable and what's not, with all the greenwashing today, being able to easily identify and see a logo that you can trust is very big. I truly love what I do. It's just, it's such a fun industry to be in. When I explain to people that, we're taking in organic material, which we're diverting it from a landfill, and we're turning that into a quality product, and then going out and selling this compost and selling a soil amendment and bringing organic matter back, and just kind of coming full circle and showing gardens that we're not growing, and then we go in and amend it and help fix these community gardens or fix these homeowners gardens, and all of a sudden they're just creating these huge harvest, very bountiful harvests because of the compost use and amending the soils. Like, it's just a fun industry to be in. I'd say within the last 10 years, even more so 5 years, just seeing all of the new innovative things coming out, and people are generating excitement, and it's just bringing a lot of life into the industry that I don't think was there 11 plus years ago. So it's exciting to be in the industry and see that within the last I would say decade, it's really taking off, and I think it's just fun to be in and around.